Hello everyone, welcome back to Cluster-B-Milkshake. I am your host, along with support puppet, Mr. Chicken. Yes. Today I want to talk about how I, a diagnosed narcissist, deals with lack of emotional connection and memories that I have of past people. I know a lot of the times you guys are like, do you even think about us, remember us, have some sort of, why are you hoovering us? Why, which are thousands of videos made, real or imagined, with people either demonizing the narcissist and, you being just used. You are. Okay, you are. But the underlying reasons underneath those things. But I want to tell you some experiences that I've had that brought this into the forefront of my mind. That when I get into a relationship with somebody, knowing everything that I know now, so I can really focus on my thoughts and my feelings, where everything else was kind of like on autopilot. And I'm sure that these feelings were happening as well, or thoughts, but I wasn't paying attention to them as in depth as I do now. So when I get into a relationship with someone, it's always in the back of my mind of who are you, as in what are you going to supply me? I do see, the cool things about you. I do like looking for, something that I can put you on a pedestal for. If I'm going out with you or something, and I don't think that there's anything fucking cool about you, believe me, I'm out the door. I'm out the door. I need to put you on a pedestal in some way to say, this is my person. If I'm not saying this is my person, you're not being told to anyone. You're not being put on blast on social media. I'm not talking about you at all. You are a secret, and that is all. Okay? But I still feel here a nothingness. There's a nothingness going on here. I can't compare. The only thing I can compare feeling something in here is pain. So emotional pain, I get a connection. It can be anxious feeling. It can be a feeling of anger, or a feeling of loss. They say that, narcissistic people don't feel when they lose anyone. Well, when I lost my father, I wanted to Groundhog Day that day because I felt something in here. It was the worst pain of my life. And and I could feel something. I felt something in this cold nothingness, just that raw emotion of abandonment. It was something. And it made me think too, it's like, do narcissistic people subconsciously, they are looking for that type of pain to make them feel something? Now, I've made videos on this before, that sometimes a cluster B is, they'll get bored with the relationship and throw a wrench into stuff to cause up some chaos to feel something. I have done this to other people, and I've created feelings and emotions, loss and abandonment in them. And I think subconsciously I was trying to get that feeling like I felt with my father in myself. Now, I've been trauma bonded twice in my life, And the first time, it was so traumatic. You know, it's not love, of course. It's your childhood trauma being mortifying yourself over and over again and making you crazy, right? So that was painful. So that came very close to the loss of my father. So for years after that, even being married, I was still trying to look for somebody to give me that feeling. When I was a small kid, I used to fantasize about two tiny little people that I would remove and put very far away. And as a small kid, I was like keeping lovers apart. So it was already ingrained in my tiny little brain that this pain was something that I craved, okay? Now, if I am not trauma bonded, which I know now is a no-no, it's so psychologically destructive for both parties. It's not love, and it always goes downhill. And we never change because we're just triggering each other's childhood trauma. So trauma bonds are out of the fucking picture if you are trying to get healthy or have a healthier mindset to where I'm never going to be fully healed or anything. But if I want to not hurt my partner, I'm not going to be able to create a trauma bond in them, which is good, correct? And they're not going to be able to create that pain in me, which I don't want anymore. But I'm always going to be dead inside. I haven't found the cheat codes for myself to be able to bond with someone. So, you go on the dating scene and everything, and you're not, it's not that you have hope or anything, but you're kind of going with the flow. You accept who you are, and you're just vetting out the other person, because I'm not pushing a script on motherfuck. They're actually pushing a script on me, because somebody who is unaware, they're just going to see me through their own lens. I don't even have to push anything on them, but to tell you the truth, I do love bomb them with all 5 love languages. I can't fucking help it. It was that was just automatic, It was like, I want to give words of affirmation. I want to, and it's not a lie. Okay, so I guess that's new. So I'm not lying to these people. I'm telling them, if I think that they're fucking cool in some way, their body, their mind, the way they think, if they're funny, whatever, if I think that they have something good inside of them, I'm going to point it out. Where, an unaware narcissistic person would try to tear you down for being envious of those things that you have that I do not. So I'm words of affirmation. What the fuck, dude? I make up fucking words. Anyway, so I'm doing the words of affirmation on the things that I authentically see in these people. Then, yes, I do the gift giving, to show that I care about having this person in my life. So yes, I'm going to do that. I'm going to cook for them. Just to, be like, you feed their sausage, their meat stick with sexy time. You feed their belly. You let them know that you care with the gifts, with the words of affirmation. You give the quality time. You're not playing the text message bullshit game. If you're fucking there and you're not doing, busy with anything, you're there. Maybe, in the beginning, we're too available for each other, but I think it's manipulative not to answer your call if you're there. And it's not triggering your childhood trauma of abandonment, which does bond you to the person, but that's not love. So here I'm not wanting to dupe anyone into being connected to me. Does that stop the other person from trying that shit? Of course not. Of course, they're going to have their own bullshit going on inside of them. They're going to have their own thoughts and feelings. They're going to feel either neglected or smothered, depending on their own worldview and how they grew up and their own childhood traumas and life experiences. So, I'm getting on a tangent, ADHD, going off, whatever. But when you break up with somebody, and it's not a trauma bond for the narcissist, okay? I can hold memories of you, usually after the breakup. They're not very good memories. If I do have a good breakup with you, it's because I'm keeping you as a friend, because I still have value in you. I need you for something. Otherwise, I'm breaking up with you, you're blocked everywhere, nothing. I do not care about you at all. At the very beginning of the breakup, it is all negative. I'm going to remember all negative things about you, and then it's going to slowly die down to a small sizzle. This is what keeps me away from you. If I don't think these bad thoughts about you, even at a low level, not where it's causing me a lot of anger or anxiety, that's in the beginning, but I have to remember, and this is what I teach you guys to do too, but I have to remember that simmering disregard or dismissal, that's probably the same fucking shit, disrespect, or from a narcissist perspective, it would be, either sick of your nagging shit, or I'm bored, which has nothing to do with you. It has to do with me. But an unaware narcissist is going to blame you for their life not being sunshine and roses. They're going to blame you for other aspects of their life, because if you insert your opinion, they don't want to hear it. They want to stay a victim. So if you try to tell a narcissistic person, or somebody who is avoidant or whatever, somebody who is closed off, and you're trying to bring some knowledge to them about whatever, and you're not walking on eggshells, and my sister used to do this to me and it fucking worked. You have to come at me with basically a few sentences of, I'm not trying to blah, I'm just making an observation. It may be real or not, but this is just, from my own experience and what I'm seeing. And then she would say her thing. I would appreciate the setup instead of her coming at me with opinions, which would turn out to be, from my perspective, a criticism, and then I would attack her. So when people would come at me with kid gloves, I would be like, okay, she's making an effort not to make me rage out on her, and I wouldn't fucking rage out. But anyways, with the whole memory thing, when I would break up with somebody, now this hasn't happened all the time, but it did happen, and I wanted to make a note of it. When I would break up with somebody who did something pretty vile from my point of view to me, I would compare it with my ex. So I would compare which would make me miss my ex, even though I left my ex for specific reasons. My ex is not good for me. I am better off without my ex, but I was taking note of this because it happened just automatically, and I felt this way for a couple of hours. I felt the nostalgia of my ex on the times that he treated me good, because the present moment person did not. If there's any other narcissistic people out there and this has ever happened to you, so I know I'm not fucking a crazy person, I'm making shit up, but this is how I felt. I know HG Tudor has also said that there will be things that would remind him, he doesn't think about you, but if he sees something or hears something or something that reminds him of a past person, he will have those good feelings about you. After, a little while, you remember why you broke up and everything, and those feelings go away. But this is a reason why a narcissistic person would hoover, or a dismissive avoidant may hoover you back and try to reach out to you because they experience something not good and then they're comparing. So I do not know if that was helpful, but hopefully a little bit interesting. And I always love to read your stories and comment on anything that you have questions of, so I can dig deeper inside of myself and, we can all heal together. All right? All right. So have a great day. What do we say? Namaste.